Welcome mga kapatid sa ating devotion tonight at ang text natin ay manggagaling ngayon sa John chapter 11 verse 40. Ang sabi po doon, "Did I not tell you that if you believe, you will see the glory of God?" Did I not tell you that if you believe, you will see the glory of God? When Lazarus died, yung kaibigan po ni Jesus, and Jesus raised him back to life, Jesus reminded Mary and Martha. Sabi niya, "Did I not tell you that if you believe, you will see the glory of God?" In faith, you will know who Jesus really is and what is He for. If you believe in Jesus, you will know His identity and what is His purpose and His vision. If we look at Numbers chapter 13, maalala po natin iyon when Moses and the Israelites were on the border of Canaan, God wanted them to enter the promised land in faith. But when Moses sent the 12 spies and 10 came back, they spread, yung 10 na ito, they spread the news, the bad news, the fear about the giants in the land. And the Israelites chose to believe the majority report of fear, not the minority report of faith. They did not believe the promise of God. Na ang mas nangibabaw sa kanilang isipan ay hindi yung promise ng Panginoong Diyos that God will be with them throughout their journey. But yung nangibabaw sa kanilang isipan was fear. And as a result, they all wandered and died in the desert for the next 40 years hanggang sa nagkaroon ng bagong henerasyon. And that's when they were allowed to go into the promised land. Sabi nga sa Hebrews chapter 3 verse 19, we see that they were not able to enter because of what? Because of their unbelief. They failed to know God personally. Hindi nila nakilala ang Panginoong Diyos. They prioritize fear instead of faith. And because of that, they failed to see the vision of God. They failed to see the desire of God. To not believe in God, meaning yan, if hindi tayo naniniwala sa Diyos, means not seeing His vision. Hindi natin makikita yung vision ng Panginoong Diyos. Hindi natin makikita yung plano ng Diyos at lalo yung glory niya. Even if you are a Christian like Mary and Martha, they believe in Jesus, but unbelief creeps into our hearts and results to our departure from His vision. Nalalayo po tayo sa vision ng Panginoon. Ano bang blessing na nami-miss natin if we don't believe? If we have the eyes of fear, ano ba yung nami-miss natin? Marami, mga kapatid. Of course, hindi natin makikilala ang Diyos. Hindi natin makikita yung kanyang kalooban. So how do we see and how to see and live God's vision? Unang-una, in order to see, you must trust. In order to see His glory, in order to see the vision of God, you must trust. In salvation, kapatid, if you remember, we trust in God. That's why we receive salvation. All the more, in living as a Christian, we must also trust Him. We must continue to trust in Jesus, not only in salvation, but in every day, in our life as a Christian. It's the only way, walang iba. It's the only way that you would be able to see with the eyes of faith and receive the vision of God. Pangalawa, in order to live through God's vision, you must serve. You must serve. You must serve by touching the lives of others through ministry. By having a positive and spiritual impact in the lives of others, then we would be able to live through God's vision sa buhay natin. If we touch the lives of others through ministry, you will live, you will act on, and you will materialize the vision of God in your life. Tingnan po natin, nung pinanganak po tayo, meron po tayong paningin. We have a sense of sight. But it is only when you act and create positive impact in the lives of others that your sight finds its real value. May magkakaroon ito ng mas magandang value kapag ito ay nagamit in order to change the lives of others. So, sa ating mga buhay ngayon, we are reminded to stop our worries and let us start to make some commitments in faith. Our churches are starting to open up on-site. Be there. Huwag kang mahuli. Be an encouragement. Find your place to serve. Create a place for you to serve. You've got to step out from your comfort zone, from being at home. You are so comfortable sa bahay. We think serving at home is the best place for us. We forgot about stepping out from our comfort zone and face our fears by the grace of God. So we have to step out and move against our fears. And if you're watching there and you have not given your life to Christ yet, now it's the time. It's the time to be born again. And being spiritually born again, then you can start seeing the spiritual eyes. You can start to see God's vision. And if you're already a Christian, remember na it is God who brought you out from darkness. It is God who brought you into salvation. And because of that, you have a place in His vision. So start living, start seeing God's vision, and start living God's vision. Yan na lang po. And God bless po. Good night.